Alright, so I got some Megan Racing. Came in 2 boxes. I don't know why they bought in 2 boxes. That was a waste of a box and waste of money. But anyways, waste of resources. So Megan Racing. There's a part number on here. Right there. So you see, Miata. It says 2015 and up. Sway bar, 25.4 millimeters. Let's see, is there? Look for the back. Yeah, for the back. Megan Racing, 2015 and up. Rear sway bar. This one doesn't say how big it is. Let's see. It says rear sway bar. Yeah, it doesn't say. I don't see it. Oh, let's see. No, that's not it. No, it doesn't say. Anyways, sway bars. So you see my videos. I have the Cuscos. I got these Megan Racings. This Cuscos is, I believe, the softest sway bars on the market. So I actually want to try these ones. These ones I think are probably the second softest. At least for my just going by the numbers, anyways. Going by the numbers of the size of the bars themselves. Top. Man, I guess the good thing about this is that the box is nice and burly. So it's like packed really well, and it's protected. Oh, shit, it's just an empty box. That's all it is, just an empty box. Wow, this bar is heavy. This bar is definitely heavier than the Cuscos. Holy shit, this is really heavy. So anyway, I got my Cuscos, and the reason why I wanted to try these ones was because they're a little bit stiff, so I think they're the second stiffest. Oh, excuse me, the second softest. Not the softest, but the second softest sway bars. But the one reason why I like them is because they use They use the same kind of bushing as the Cuscos. They use rubber. I'm not sure if it's the same, but it's rubber, just like the OEM. So it's rubber, so that way it doesn't it doesn't make noise like those polyurethane bushings do. So that's why I'm trying these ones. So as far as I know, this is the only other one that uses polyurethane bushings, and they don't come with a bracket because they use the stock bracket, the stock ND brackets. So anyways, so the rubber bushings, you can see they split down the middle right here on the bushings themselves. But this front bar definitely feels bigger and heavier than the Cuscos bar does. This other side too. So I wanted to try a little bit, slightly firmer. See how it goes. Yeah, you watch my video, you know that I have the racing beat. Oh shit! Oof! Fuck! Almost cut myself. God damn it! Oof! Close. I can see the first layer or two of skin broke. Anyways, I had the racing beat. Racing beat sway bars, and those were definitely too stiff. Even on the softest setting, it felt too flat. The car didn't feel like a Miata anymore. It was too flat riding. There was like no lean. There was like basically felt like almost no lean whatsoever. So I didn't like that. And this is like so it felt like no lean whatsoever. So I was like, no, I don't like that. I wanted to have some lean, so that way it still feels like a Miata. When it's too fat, it didn't feel like a Miata. So yeah, so that was my reason why I got rid of the racing beat. And I got the Cuscos. I want to try these ones. And I'm not sure if these ones are, I think these ones are just a tad bit firmer than the Cuscos, but you don't know until you try. So here's the rubber and some clamps here to hold it down because this thing doesn't have a stopper. A lot of these aftermarket sway bars, they don't have like a stopper for where the rubber bushing is. The stoppers prevent the sway bar from like really moving too much. So this rear one has so there's the two bushing here, and it has these little rings with looks like a hose clamp to hold that down. But the front one doesn't seem like it has it. They probably think, I'm guessing that maybe Megan Racing thinks that it doesn't need it. But anyways, yeah, so the rear is pretty beefy compared to the front is pretty beefy compared to the rear. So that's interesting. So the other reason why I also got these is because the Cusco only comes with one. It comes fixed. There's no adjustment. The Megan Racing has 2 holes for adjustment. Most of the aftermarket ones have either 2 holes or 3 holes. So this one has 2 holes. So the Cusco's one has just 1 hole, so there's no adjustment at all. So this one has on the far end here, it will be a little bit more flexy and shorter, closer to the in the bar. It's gonna be a little bit stiffer. So I want to try that out and see how much of a difference it makes. But the Cusco feels, as is, it feels really good. Perfect for street riding, street only. I wouldn't use it for track or autocross because I don't think it's stiff enough, the Cuscos. But it's perfect for street. I would say it's perfect if you were just using lowering springs. If you only had lowering springs and you didn't like go coil over. Cuscos, probably even Megan Racing, you'd probably be alright. But if you use like other stuff or even the Rosa Sport sway bars, those would be alright too for lowering springs. But if you use like coilovers, where you're going like 7.4, spring rate, these sway bars would be, I think, too soft. You gotta match the spring rate with the sway bars as well. So I'm gonna try these ones. And obviously my Olins are 6.3, so that's as firm as I want it for street, and you don't want it firmer than that for street. And I think these ones probably, it's my guess, is that these ones probably would be as firm as you want to in the firm setting. I don't think you would want it to be firmer. But I won't know until I put it on and try the softer setting and the firmer setting. But also the other cool thing about these things that and people don't realize, and I think what was that name? Racing Concepts, is it Concepts or Concepts, whatever they're called. They have that solid not solid, but a straight tubular with a aluminum clamp for their sway bars. Racing Concepts. They have they have a bunch of adjustment spots, and one of the things they do to change the adjustment is to why they have so many adjustment spots is I think they only have like 5 holes, I believe 5 holes, but since there's 5 holes on each side, you could you don't have to necessarily use the same hole for both sides. So for example, with this one there's 2 holes, but it doesn't mean you have to use both holes at the end. You can use 1 hole at the end, and on the other side you could use the further end, so that way you have sort of a mix between the two. So instead of having just 1 and 2 settings, you can have 1, and on the other side that you will have 3 settings instead of 2. So you have 3 holes. You would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You would have 5 settings, right? So yeah. So a little just ability on this. So that's what I want to try out. And these things are pretty cheap too. I mean, for the set, it's like $300. So that's that's how much one of my Cuscos cost. Each one of my Cuscos bar was $300 each. So that was $600. While this one is only $300 for both bars. So that's a really good deal. So see how this one works. But the Cusco is one of the reasons why it's expensive is because it's made in Japan. I have no idea what this one is made. I don't know if this is Japan made. I mean, not Japan, US made or made in China. I hope it's not made in China. I mean, the price seems like it is, but I don't know. I hope not. I'm not a fan of Chinese-made goods. Let's see. I don't think anywhere. Oh, there it goes. It says it's made in Taiwan. So in the box right here, made in Taiwan right there. So that's why it's that's why it's cheap. Or low cost, I should say. Taiwan makes pretty decent stuff. Obviously not as good as Japan, but the prices, from Taiwan is it's a lot lower cost than Japan is. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't support China on this one. All right, thanks for watching. Stay tuned once I put this in.